So, he was a dairy farmer. I knew cows were part of the business. So the two words that a farm wife should never say is, I suppose. So when Alan said, you want to come out and milk with us? I suppose. Didn't even know what this meant, you know. So you go out there. And these cows, I mean, their backs are here, and you're supposed to throw this belt around and then watch these teats while, you know, you've never been near a cow. So I'm like this. Put the belt around, and then they're like, don't let them see your nerves. Oh, why? You'll find out. Oh, okay. So I'm, you know, and all of a sudden, ping pong, here they are just kicking the crap out of me. Well, my husband's father, we lived on the same farm, he goes, Diane, you have to show him who's boss. And I said, well, I think that was established when you opened the barn door and said, come boss, come boss. I think that tells us who the boss is, you know. So, you have so many lessons to learn when you're the new little farm wife on the, you know, thing. So we milked about 6 years, and the reason I call myself an idiot on the prairie is it doesn't matter what degree you have. If you've never grown up on a farm, and you move out to a farm, you are an idiot on the prairie. It's just, you have to admit it, you know. So we did where we would go, he'd say, you want to help us work cows? Sure, what do I got to do? You're the gatekeeper. Sounds easy, I can do that. So he tells me all I got to do, this is all you got to do, is stand by the gate, and they'll go sort the cows, have them come, and they'll maybe yell out an ear tag number that shouldn't come through the gate, and then I'm supposed to. They handed me this. Cut them out, they say. And you're like, what is this? You know, hey. And they said, well, you just, you know, you use it to cut the cow out. Well, okay, so I'm standing there like some little 12-year-old, swinging the gate. You know, you got nothing to do, they're going to get the cows. And then it's almost like that softball kid looking through the glove. You know, you're playing with this, trying to get some stones going because you got nothing to do. And all of a sudden, it's like a stampede coming at you, which nobody said to you, they're all going to come at once. And so here comes all these cows, I'm standing there with the gate open, and he's yelling something about an ear tag color. You know, like, really? I can't, so I just flung the gate, you know, and some of them got through, some of them didn't, some were missing a little bit of hide. You know, I didn't think it was a big deal, but Ellen did, you know, so I got demoted. I didn't get to be the gatekeeper anymore. So they said, now you have to come in the corral, and you're the one that we're going to tell you which ear tag number we want out. And once again, whoo, this is what you bring with you. Oh yeah, I feel safe. You know, so never been around cows. You get in there with them, and they're yelling, you know, 742. You know, try to get this cow to move. Yeah, that didn't do anything, and then you're like this, because they're behind me, they're around me. You guys didn't tell me the bull was in here, you know. And they're like, no, get that one sorted. So you start getting a little bit more aggressive and hit them on the butt a few times, and hey, this works, cool, I like this thing. You know, well, then you're supposed to run them up a chute. Can't be as hard as it seems. It's just one cow going up a chute, getting a stock trailer. What can you know, so you're, come on, bossy, come on, bossy, you know. That's what they all said. I didn't know what it meant. Anyhow, then they kick you in the ship. Then you find out what this is for. You know, that's what this is for. You know, at first you think it's just a little toy, but it comes along, you know. So anyhow, I knew being married to a farmer that cows were part of the deal, but I never realized that every animal, no matter what shape or size, suddenly becomes your responsibility. Like when my little 4-year-old rings the doorbell, Mom, I need a Band-Aid. Like any good mother, you grab a little first aid kit, and you come running to the door, and here she's holding this bloody snake. And I'm like, oh my God! You slam the screen door, and you lock it from the inside, shut the screen door, and you go, oh! Yeah, parenting magazine says you should do. You're supposed to get down to the child's level and talk to them honestly, tell them the truth. So I get down to her level. I open the screen door. I go, Sarah, this is the miracle of snakes. If you put him in the tree and he sheds his skin, they always go away. Oh yeah, no, that's true. You sure, Mom? Yes! If you put this snake in the trees, it sheds his skin, they always go away. I don't need a Band-Aid, Mom. Take that snake out in the trees and let the miracle happen! You know, she switches. Because it's like, whoo! It's kind of, oh, I'm having a hot flash. Woo! Anyway, okay. Then also, same child, when she was about 8, she comes around to the house. Mom, you gotta save Fluffy! What? Fluffy! It's a cat. And the reason he's called Fluffy is, of course, obviously, guess what? He's Fluffy. Yeah, so anyway, he had touched the transformer. So a little, you know, my child is traumatized. So she comes running in with this cat whose eyes are like this, and she goes, you gotta save it, you're a nurse. And I said, well, Sarah, I'm a hospice nurse. I don't know if you know what that means, but saving isn't really what we do. But, you know, we'll try. So I bring this cat in, and we get him in a little box, all comfy in a blankie, and I'm telling the kids we should let it rest a little bit. And I find out later, my 8-year-old called our new pastor to tell him he needed to pray for a cat. Yeah. Way to go, Sarah. You know, make us look like we're in a challenging group of people. But anyhow, that's a whole other story, another time. Anyway, so Fluffy actually is alive, and I don't know what to do. So when Alan gets home, I said, what do we do now? And I don't know how many of you are cattlemen, but his view was we're either going to heal it or kill it. You know, so you go get that antibiotic that's for a 1,500-pound cow, and we're just going to figure out, I don't know, a little bit here for a 6-pound cat, you know, and shoot it up, and it's either going to live or not live. Well, and you guys also know with electricity, it comes in, but it goes out. And Fluffy had touched it with his ear, but it came out the front paw, so I don't even know how long. Alan and I, twice a day, dressed this wound for this cat, and it finally healed, and it didn't have an ear, it just had over here in his big fiery face. And about a month later, my father-in-law comes in the house, and he goes, Diane, I think I ran over Fluffy. Oh, that's just great. He goes, yeah, I was out haying, and it flew in the air. Okay, well, this doesn't sound good, you know, so once again, I do that parenting magazine honesty thing. And Sarah, Fluffy went to town. Yeah, I think he wanted to look for some friends. Well, yeah, we could go look for Fluffy. I don't think, okay, let's go to Cole Harbor. You know, so anyway, sure enough, Fluffy comes crawling in the earth. He no longer has a tail, and half a leg is missing. And of course, it's my 8-year-old that found him. You know, so, oh, great, this is great. So once again, we shoot it up with antibiotic. Alan and I are dressing this hind leg wound thing, and Fluffy heals. So there it is sitting on my front step. Nothing for an ear, for a tail, and half of a leg. And the UPS man comes up and goes, what is going on right now? We're like, you don't even want to know. Type of deal. And then also tiny little animals. I had my mother-in-law, when my daughter was really little and feeding her, she comes in the house and she goes, say, Diane, do I have a wood tick on my butt? Sure enough. There was the moon, the river, the bush, and the tick. And I'm sitting right there staring right at it. And yeah, you do. And you take that off. You know, this one's for your husband. You know, there's only so much I can do. So, and then I'm kind of curious, how many of you are farm wives who were city girls? Do we have any out here? Are you it? Oh, you too? You were a city girl? Okay. Was your first lesson on grain hauling, did it go like this? Where he's bringing you in with the grain truck? You know, because once again you said, I suppose I can help you. I suppose. Anyhow, so he goes, I've already got the wood laid up for you to back into. You just get that truck on backed up. And when you back it up, now put the clutch in and put the emergency brake in and pull this PTO thing out and let go and get the black one and bring it up. Give it a little gas, not too much. We don't want to go too fast. You know, and then when we get it to the right height, about a third, not too much, or the grain will come off the end. We come on out here, and it's either going to be an electric auger or we're going to have to gas pull start it. So then you're going to have to choke it a little bit, but not too much. We don't want to flood the thing, you know. And then pull the string, and he just pulls it once, and whoo, yeah, here we go. And then tighten I have to think. Tighten the belt. Yes. All right, so you tighten the belt. And then you got to open the little doohickey, and I don't know any of the terms to anything, and nor do I care. You know, it just doesn't matter to me. So anyway, you open that little thing and let the grain flow, but not too fast, just slow enough, yada, yada, yada. And then he goes, okay, keep up, there's 2 combines, and he heads out to pick up, and I'm standing there going, I put the clutch in. What? You know. And then, when we were first married, we were primitive, there wasn't any radios. So one of my first things I had to learn was this Russian Pig Latin sign language thing. And I'm on the truck, and they're, you know, you're like, what? You want me to come up, go back? You know, what does this all mean? So, and my father-in-law, when he filled the truck, he filled the truck. He dumped it in there, he got out of the combine, he got in the truck, he stomped every corner in, shoveled a little bit more, we can add some more. And we had this old Ford, and I don't even know what the year is, but I knew you could no longer find parts, so apparently it was old. And it wouldn't come up if he made it too heavy. So I drive it into the yard, and boom, you know, I can't get it up. So I come around the trees, and here comes my father-in-law, and I'm waving at him. He waves at me and drives by. Like, all right, this is working great. So then here comes my husband. So I wave at him. He waved at me and drove by. Well, you know, you're a new wife, and everybody stresses the whole harvest thing. So first you get home, and you start crying. And this truck box, I take it enough. Yeah, I don't even know what your problem was back then, but this is what we were. Little crybaby newlyweds, you know. So I'm in there, and I just sit by a truck and think, well, there's not a thing I can do. So he comes barreling in with the Chevy. For crying out loud, you got to keep up. You got to dump faster. Jumps in the Ford, takes off. Never even had, you know, I didn't need to say anything. So, fine. I'll back the Chevy up and I'll dump the Chevy. And it wasn't much later. He comes barreling in there. Well, for God's sakes, you didn't even empty this. And I said, well, what do you think I was, you know, I didn't know the Russian Pig Latin for, hey, truck box, start to go. It's just crazy. You know, it's just, you know, okay. And another lesson I had to learn was parking the truck. Some days it all depended on, I don't know what it depended on. They said something, but I don't know what. So sometimes you were parallel with the field, or you were diagonal side by side, a little one ahead of, or you were diagonal one in front of the other. So I have my little 18-month-old son with me, and this day we were diagonal, one in front of the other. Shouldn't be too hard. So I come in with the truck and thought I'd back it up a little bit because I didn't think I was really with the program that good, and all of a sudden I hear a crunch. And I get out, and the Ford truck, the hood is so bent you can't see the windshield. And I'm like, I'm so gonna die. It's just, you just know it. It's all over. The divorce papers are coming. So Marvin fills my truck, and he goes, go ahead, go to town. I'm out of here. We go into the elevator, and then I'm at the elevator, and I'm telling these other trucks, go ahead, you go ahead. You go ahead. And then I had one of the older farmers comes up to me, and he goes, I know it's your first year, but you really don't let people cut you in line. I said, well, you do when you back into the other trucks. So I dump it, and I think, okay, they've had enough time. They should be over this. And I get out there, and I get out of the truck, and my father-in-law gets out of the combine. He goes, okay, go ahead, take the Ford in. Does it run? You know, and he looks at me, what do you mean does it run? And he turns around. Well, we'll Charlie Brown it. And jumps in the Chevy and takes off. And my little boy goes, scamp a man? A little, a little. But my question is, you guys are grown men. If you're dumping the combine and you're looking back to dump, how do you not see that you can't even see the windshield on this truck? They had it full. Okay? So I'm not the only idiot on the prairie. I'm just saying, there are a few others out there. So, and then we had where men get so excited when they get new toys, they thought it's over. Big moment, and I didn't know about it. So when the guys delivered it, they go, where do you want your auger? And I go, what auger? Well, these men, they stick together like this, and then they're going, they don't even know what to say to you, So, once again, that's all I got to do is grain truck hauling. They were telling me combining was too hard, which I'll have you know I do it now. They were full of crap. Got air-conditioned radio machine, easy, But anyway, that's a whole other story, too. So, I'm over there, and I don't know if you guys know where we live, but our bins are right along 83, and when you're going to turn to head to Riverdale, whatever that is. And once again, I couldn't get the box up on the truck. So this time we were modern, we had radios, so I could call them and I go, you guys, I can't get the stupid truck. It wanted to keep rolling forward, was on the slight hill, and I can't get the box up. So it's like, shove it in reverse, get it back there, rev it hard, get that box up, and then shut it off. Oh, okay, that worked. It really worked. Okay. So we're doing the auger thing, and we're dumping the grain, and I'm pretty dang good. And there's, I'm getting pretty pro here. I'm pretty impressed with myself. So I come over because it's ready to put the box up, and I reach in and I turn on the key. Well, it was in reverse. Diane, they told you to leave it in reverse. So bam, knocked myself over, and kabang into the auger. The box kept going up, and then I, had grain everywhere. So, I don't know, you guys don't know my family, but you do not leave a mess of grain at the bin site, is rule number 1 at this farm. So you shovel it, rake it, spoon, and pick it. There is no grain left in the yard. So, of course, once again, the hormones come in. And I don't know how many of you probably drove by going to the lake going, hey, there's a gal out there doing the truck. I would not believe how many people, and I'm just going to say it, tip beers at me on their way to the lake. You're like, one of these days. Wait, that's another story too. So anyhow, I'm thinking once I got this all shovel, raked, spooned, and picked, I need to get a hold of the man, but now radios, everybody gets to hear. Well, I don't want everybody in my business, So I get on there and I go, hey, Alan, you want to come to the bin site? Nope, don't know why I would. Okay, let me put this another way. So you get on the radio, hey, Alan, would you like to come to the bin site? Well, my father goes, what's wrong? He caught on it. And then you have to cry. This is when you have to cry, or these farmers don't care. So you guys are going to get buns, but you guys said to put it in the auger, and then that's it. There's nothing on the airway. And I'll never forget this till the day I died. Marvin and Ellen come barreling in this bin site with the pickup, and the pickup's still rolling, and both doors open, and they go, the auger! The auger! All right, hello. I had the door knock me to the ground, could have been run over, this close to death. And you're the auger. This is when women find out where they are in the, yeah, it ain't up there. So, I of course, being hormonal, said, I quit! I get a real job, I have an education, I'm done! You find a truck driver! And I laughed. I was quite proud of myself. So, I actually did find a job. It was in the paper. I called, St. A's was looking for a prairie home health nurse. I think I could do that one. And then I found daycare. So when Alan came home that night thinking I was joking, I said, I have a job. And he goes, what? And I said, yeah, I'm going to be a home health nurse. He goes, well, how much do they pay? And I said, I didn't ask. And I said, I found daycare. Well, how much is she charging? I said, I didn't ask. I actually did not ask. I did not care. I was like, I got a job. Hello. So now we're into a whole nother stage. We're into nursing, which my son, when he heard I was going to do this, first off, he's shocked by it. But anyhow, that's another thing. But he said, there's a story you got to tell Mom. It's my favorite. It has nothing to do with home health nursing, but When I grew up, my mom was a CNA in a nursing home. And when I was 16, she thought I had attitude. So she signed me up to work as a CNA. I don't know what it was that she thought I had attitude. It was me coming in there to get money going, come on, hurry up, hand me the cash. You know, so I worked at a nursing home, and this was back in the pre-HIPAA days, so everybody could talk about everything when you get home, you know, and stuff. And when they'd get done orientating you for fun, they always made you go wake up this ward. They had wards back then. There were 4 people in this ward. And I'm not making anything up. Well, how could you? These are so bizarre. But anyway, so you go wake up the first lady, and this is all she did. Tranka, 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 tranka. With the hand going, that was it. All day long, you couldn't get her to conversate on anything. It was tranka, tranka, tranka. So you got her up, and you went and woke up the second one, and she'd go, you're a young one, work for me. You're a young one, work for me. And you're like, what? And then tranka, 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 tranka. Well, I found out later, you know, non-HIPAA era, I'm telling Dad, what in the heck does she mean you're a young one, work for me? My dad said, oh, when we were growing up, the rumor was she ran a brothel. That's great. You know, so then you'd wake up the third lady, and she was, do you smoke? Got a cigarette? Do you smoke? Got a cigarette? So you've got tranka, 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 tranka. You're a young one, work for me. You smoke? Got a cigarette? You smoke? You know, you're 16, and going, oh my Lord, you know. So you get up the fourth lady, and you had been told in orientation that she was always going to say, how's Mrs. Nelson? And we were supposed to say she died 30 years ago. And she'd go, oh, that's a shame. And then she'd go, how's Mrs. Nelson? She died 30 years ago. Oh, what a shame. So you got tranka, 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 tranka. Do you smoke? Got a cigarette? You're a young one, work for me. How's Mrs. Nelson? She died 30 years ago. I mean, you're 16, you know, patience is slim. You have to learn this stuff as you go along, you know. So I came out of that room, and I knew right then and there, I know what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a nurse, because they sit at the desk on their butts, and that's all they do. This was a 16-year-old. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, that had nothing to do with anything. So as a prairie health nurse, and Joyce was in my era with me, what a team. Anyway, they'd send us like way, I didn't even know places existed out there, and way north of Mercer, that I swear we were in Canada, because you drove forever with nobody living there. Way out to Goodrich, a couple times Pettibone, because Bismarck didn't want to drive, and then we would go almost to Mandan. So, I mean, it was a big area, you know, that we covered. Well, one farmyard I drove into, which is way out there, this German Shepherd is right here at the door of my, right here, you know, barking, teeth, everything. And this tiny little 80-year-old guy comes out in his suspenders and hooks a little leash on him, and he looks like one good wind gust and it's over. And this German Shepherd goes, so I open it just to crack my window, and he goes, you gotta let him smell ya. And I said, well, what if he doesn't like what he smells? He'll bite ya. Well, let's just come on out then and come see what's going on. I mean, this is, and then when I'm in the house, I'm looking out, and my white LeSabre is just rocking. Here there's an Angus bull itching on it. Really, the car is just, and I said, oh my God, your bull is out. Oh no, he's a pet, he can go wherever he wants. Oh, are you kidding me? So now when I'm done with you, not only do I have to beat the German Shepherd to my car, but I have to watch out for, I mean, this is, you know Joyce, this is what we ran into. And then, I had, where you're supposed to, education was very important in home health, because when we're out of here, you have to be able to take care of yourself. So there was one old guy that ended up, he's on insulin. So do the whole instructing thing of pulling back the syringe, get your little bubble out, you know, shoot it in the orange, you know, stuff. Show me you can do it. He looks like he's doing really good. This should be great. A week later, he goes for his doctor's appointment, and his blood sugars are crazy, just crazy. And the doctor goes, are you taking your insulin? Oh, yeah, every day. Are you drawing it up to 22 units? Oh, yeah. You getting that bubble out? Mm-hmm. You got it with you? Oh, carry it everywhere. He says, show me what you're doing. So this old guy gets out his insulin. He draws it up. He gets the bubble out. Everything is correct. He shoots it in his orange, peels his orange, and eats it. every step. Don't ever assume anything. You know, it's what we found out. Well, then the classic trip I took was way out in no man's land, and it was one of those 40 below days. And you get to the house, and there were just some houses. I guess what I would say is you didn't really know where you should set anything. That's my polite way of saying, you know. Anyway, this house had cats looking at you from over the kitchen counter, on top of the kitchen counter, kitchen table. And I don't even know how many cats there were. And you knew it when you walked in. Your eyes were watering. This house is full of cats. So I thought, well, this is what's safe. I'll lay it on this recliner and I'll set my nursing bag on it and we'll do our thing. So I finished my nursing care and tell them, you know, this is fun, we'll see you guys again. Put my coat sleeve on, and it's warm and mushy. And I pull my arm out, and a cat had taken a crap. And then you're out there on one of those farmsteads that their water is a drip, 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 you know, thing. And then you go, do you have a rag? And then I don't know why elderly people do this, but they take one towel and cut it into 64 pieces. And say we have a whole thing full of rags, and they have this little 4x4 thing that you can see through. And I'm out there drip, drip, doing this stuff, and it's already getting, you can imagine. Anyway, so I'll never forget. So I call the next patient and say I'm going to be like an hour and a half late. And I come home. And I come in the house, and Alan goes, "What are you doing home already?" And I went like this. And oh my God, he didn't even want to know what I had been in, you know. So you get showered and you get ready, and this was my home health nursing, you know. But you don't want to act to him like you regret you're not driving a truck, you know. This is great, I love my job, you know, deal. So in my nursing career, even way back when I was a student nurse, it seemed like constipated patients were magnets for me. This is how I'm going to say it. One of my first mistakes as a nursing student was when I was supposed to give a gal suppository, and I'm left-handed, and I'm sorry, you know what? It's just automatic, sorry. Anyway, I'm left-handed, and my nursing instructor, it drove her crazy, because she always thought I was standing backwards, you know, when I was trying to do a shot or something. So instead of getting to do like I want to do, where, I don't know how descriptive I can get, but, you know, you're coming over and giving the suppository, she made me stand like a right-handed nurse, where I have to look like I broke my arm, you know, thing. So I gel it up, I put it in, it went really slick because it was in the wrong. So I look at my instructor, she looks at me, and she goes, "Get it out of there." For real? Yes. Oh, and of course this has to be an oriented person that you go, "Excuse me, this pause isn't in the right place. I'm just gonna get it out." You know, but I stayed in this. I can do this. I can do this. I learned my lesson. Whenever the nurse is going to tell me to stand right-handed, it's no. I'm doing it my way and my way. So when I worked at St. Alexis on surgical floor, we had this old guy that was totally constipated after surgery, and we've done everything from pills to enemas to the whole shebang. And back then, it was no big deal if at break time, one nurse got left up on the floor. It's, you know, so this was my day, no biggie. And no sooner had they gone to breakfast than this guy's light comes on. So I go in his room, and he says, "I think I gotta go." Well, this is great. We've been waiting for this forever. So I come in the bathroom, and just when he bent, it shot. And it shot, and I'm... And then we're standing there, and then they had carpet in the room with that little metal pump and linoleum. Well, everything was brown, all the way up to the carpet. So I'm like, just sit there a little bit, see if you got any more. You know, and you get out, shut the door, and I stand there, and so I call the switchboard, and I say, "Could you page Dr. Brown to room 436? I really don't know what the room number was, but I'm just saying. So switchboard, yeah. So they go, "Dr. Brown, room 436, Dr. Brown." Well, the other nurses are down there going, "We don't have a Dr. Brown." And then, "Oh, he must have, so they come running up to my rescue, and you're like, oh, thank you, people. So another, and I'm sorry, constipation, like I said, was a magnet to me, was this gal who was totally constipated, and this is back in the home health nursing area again, and supposed to take suppositories is what the doctor orders. So you tell her, do this, and I'll be back in 3 days, but if you have stomach cramps or anything, call me, yada, yada. Well, she ends up going into the clinic, and he goes, well, how did the suppositories work? Okay, I have to say it how she said it, and excuse me. But she said, well, for all the damn good they did me, I could have just well shoved them up my ass. All right, I don't know about you, but after I swallowed the first one, and I'm not saying I would, but after you've swallowed the first one, wouldn't you read the directions to see if that should be mixed with orange juice or something? But anyway, so my last constipation story, I promise, was when I was over at Turtle Lake, and that was when Beth was the nurse director. And I was pregnant with my third child, so I'm going to take off and be an at-home mom. And the doctor at the time, which I won't say his name, but y'all know what I'm saying, was like, you can't quit, we'll forget you. And I promise, you'll never forget me. So lucky for me, one night, we have somebody constipated again. So I took a sterile bedpan. I want you guys to all get this in mind. Sterile bedpan. And I took Tootsie Rolls and nibs and caramels and microwaved them in the sterile bedpan. Oh, yes, I did. So the doctor used to sleep in the extra patient room in case emergencies came during the weekend. So I come down there and I said, Doctor, looks like so-and-so had a bowel movement, but we got blood in it. He's, oh, get a heave called stat stuff. And I went, doesn't taste like blood. And his eyes got this wide, and he was out on the patient bed. I don't know where he thought he was going thing. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, then we all know what kind of happened a little bit later, and I feel a little responsible. I have to say, I think I started that whole issue. But, what can you say? This is what... I was a snot back then, but I matured. Beth, when you got me the second time, I had matured. So these are my stories. I hope you've enjoyed them. Remember when I said that Alan thought I was like a book? Never knew I was being on the next page. When we had our 25th anniversary, he was like, Diane, that book I told you about? And I'm all, yes. He said, I didn't know you were going to be a novel.